professional athletes who have the same height and weight, and how different they look.
It's stupid.
Well, you know what I look at. Muscle is more dense, so per volume, being a scientist, it's going to be heavier.
Yeah,
because the density is higher than fat.
Sure,
fat, right?
For the same volume.
For the same volume. So the same weight. I mean, the same weight of fat is going to take up more volume.
Yeah.
So you can have
Trump's
a lean
weight
is
just distributed.
Well, it's fat.
It's
now
it's
listen,
spread out a little.
I want to tell you something. I'm 6 foot T, all right, and I weigh more than that, and all of that weight is muscle. Oh hell, it's fat. It's fat.
It's ridiculous. Well, and one of the questions, like they were ridiculous questions. One of them was, has he talked to you about how he could be as fit as Barack Obama? Like that was a literal question that somebody from the press asked.
Yeah,
the
but
doctor.
I don't think Obama was that fit. He
Why
was a twink.
would you
remember we
ask
talked
that?
about him being a twink?
Why would you ask that question? Like that's a ridiculous question. What?
Because they
point
still
are they
don't
trying
want to
to
believe
make?
that he's president and that they
And that
can't
he's not
believe-
going to die in the next 2 months?
and that Obama's not president.
Yeah, I know. Obama smoked
Yeah.
and drank.
Did you see that video?
Trump doesn't.
Did you see that video of him
Doesn't drink
lifting
or smoke.
weights?
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh,
that's
my
how.
goodness.
That's how he was fit.
Oh my God! I think he was picking up 5-pound barbells and he was having trouble with them.
Which is fine, whatever. But I mean,
Well,
jeez, it was ridiculous. And all of these people in the press that we know, a lot of them aren't very smart. They just instantly became doctors and have all these
journalists.
the journalists, ridiculous medical
didn't
questions.
Didn't they talk to Gupta?
Well, he was there.
And didn't he say that he has heart disease?
That's what he said.
Well, according to the numbers, that's true.
Well, it's
They did a calcium score, which is essentially what that is a CAT scan of the heart, and it looks for calcium in the veins and arteries around the heart. And they give it a score of 0, calcium seen, to 1, up to like 400 or 500. And at 400 or 500, that's really bad. But they're saying, according to the sites that I looked at, that anything
CNN, MSNBC,
WebMed and MedWeb or whatever that is, WebMD, and it was some.
We can talk about that in a second.
Well, I think
Go
was
ahead.
actually though. I think it was the one in Minnesota. What's that?
Mayo,
the Mayo Clinic.
So
anything over 11 is considered moderate heart disease.
Heart disease.
11.
Heart disease.
Now his is 133. He's considered with that number, if it's true, and it's gone up over the years, to have serious heart disease and over 100. Oh, over 100. Yeah, so a score of over 100 predicts a heart attack within 3 to 5 years if nothing changes.
So
or not.
Heart disease is like one of those really broad terms.
It's like what did I see? Somebody had something dementia, but it was like
emerging
something
like that.
Or something like
so
that.
So what the doctor said is that over the years,
Advancing.
his calcium
in his arteries will build
has
up.
not. Well, he said it hasn't increased that much, and that's what they're happy about. Is that he has like 3 or 4 previous tests,
Yeah,
and
they
it
were,
hasn't.
one was like 33 or something.
Yeah, I don't
And it
know.
jumped to 133.
But I'm saying what it is. It's non-clinical coronary arteriosclerosis is what it is. Heart disease is like this broad term of
right.
It's a bad thing. Look, I have a dog with heart disease, and he's doing just fine.
No, he's not. I've seen him.
Well,
He's dragging himself along.
he could be president.
He's eating McDonald's fries.
He does eat McDonald's. No,
No, what?
Stupid
You're
dog.
right. I mean, heart disease is like saying you have, you have lung disease.
and when you're over
variety
70,
of it.
saying you have heart disease is like, well, yeah.
It's like saying you're over 70 and your prostate's enlarged. It's going to happen.
Although, by the way, Trump's prostate's just fine.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's huge. It's not huge.
It's the best.
It's the only thing that's not huge.
Big. Not big.
What's the old joke that men are always worried about the size of it unless it's a tumor? Then they don't want it too big.
So here's the thing. WebMD.
Face it, your hero, your man, your savior Trump
I'm gonna
has
cry.
heart disease.
I'm gonna cry.
There's no.
Oh man! So I watched the press briefing, like Facebook stream or whatever. It was the comments. People were like, "I'm crying because I'm so happy that our president has such good health." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness!
Like you're like the Obama supporters that like he's your idol.
He's blind.
Come on, man!
Well, that's
ridiculous." Now,
human nature.
WebMD. You're using WebMD, Mayo Clinic, whatever. I was looking at WebMD.
Oh my god!
And it said, here are the common causes of heart disease, right? And it has like sedentary lifestyle, eating fatty meals, a lot of fat, a lot of salt. Yeah, okay.
Right. So wait a minute. What was the first?
Sedentary lifstyle.
Check.
Do you sit a lot, Brian? Okay. Diet high in fat and salt.
Half a check.
Yep,
I don't like salt, but
right.
I love fat.
I mean, just
but my cholesterol is really low.
Whatever.
That's good. So
Things
what
like
else?
that.
What else? Being on a talk show.
Poor socioeconomic status.
Ooh, check.
Now, you're a scientist.
Of course I am.
Can you explain to me how poor socioeconomic status causes heart disease?
No, I don't think it causes it.
It was on the list of the WebMD top causes of heart disease. It's 100% political. I mean, it's insane. Why would that? What doctor? You go to the doctor and they're like, "Well, this is caused by your poor economic status, and the only way to solve it is to become rich."
It's a contributing factor.
It may cause you to not eat well
and
because you can't afford it and not have doctor's visits.
All those
but it, in and of itself, does not cause disease.
Right.
So
but I think
it's a political thing to put on your website.
Well, I disagree with that. I just think I think it's
100%.
misclassified.
It's ridiculous. It's WebMD. That's where everyone goes to find out that they're
I don't go
dying.
there. I go to the Mayo Clinic.
Oh, then that's fine. I love Mayo.
I love Mayo or Miracle Whip. Sometimes I mix them together. God, I love it.
I don't like Miracle Whip.
I love Miracle Whip.
That's gross.
It's so good and sweet.
I used to like it. That's what we ate when I was growing up. My parents bought Miracle Whip, and I liked it. And now I just
why? Because your parents have good taste.
They might.
They loved Miracle Whip.
Look, when my wife started, she would buy Mayo, and now I love Mayo. I don't know.
I'll eat both.
Real Mayo. Sometimes the olive oil Mayo is good. That's decent.
I like the chicken heart mayo, made from 100% chicken
100% chicken hearts. All right, let's move on. We've got like 2 minutes, so I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what you want to do.
This is not good. Let's really. Okay, so oh boy,
what?
I don't know what to do. I mean, all three of the topics are good.
Apple's investing.
Yep.
Okay.
20,000 jobs.
They said it's at least in part due to the tax breaks.
Yeah, $350 billion.
Let me tell you something. Apple is not a conservative or a Republican supporting company. It is Tim Cook, and it's just generally liberal.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about Tim Cook personally, but I mean as a company.
Cook said there's a huge shortage of computer and software programmers. So, huge shortage? That should be a red flag for people going into that, because if there's a shortage, you should be able to find a job as a computer and software programmer. I don't believe it's a huge shortage, but
I don't either.
They're also going to give.
I will say, Apple hires quite a few, so they would know.
They're also giving them a $2,500 stock grant. I don't know what a stock grant is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And they're going to start matching employee contributions, charitable contributions, 2-to-1.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Let's go to drones. We'll forget the S House, although we can talk about that next week. We might know more.
Oh, that I mean, Haiti in general is not a
Haiti
nice place.
believes in Samoa. They want to take away the seasonal worker and agriculture and other industry visas.
Oh,
they can't come in and
whatever.
work.
Okay, what drones?
You like drones? We talk about
I love
drones. We talk about personal freedom with drones and how they trying to restrict those freedoms. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, no friend of anybody, signed a law on Monday making it illegal to fly an unmanned drone aircraft after too many drinks. All right, the law prohibits flying a drone with a blood alcohol content of 0.08, the same as driving a car, or while drugged, and violators face up to 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine or both.
Holy cow. That's steep. So that's just flying it. That's not if you lose control and run into something.
Yeah, that's
just fly it.
Cops come by and they see you staggering with a little remote control. They say, "What are you doing?" "I'm flying a drone."
That's insane.
Blowing here.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like it. But
what a dick.
I don't know. We're out of time.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.